What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom. And today's video is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must buys for today, Tuesday, November 30th. That's right. Today is the last day of November. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a Intel Annex or some sort of update today about either the Division 2 or Heartland, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Alright, so like always with our weekly vendor resets, I will start off in Washington, D.C. and finish up in New York City. So alright, here we go. Don't forget, hit that like, subscribe if you're new. Let me know in the comment section below what you think are must-buys, or if I passed over something that you think would be good for a build, let me know in the comment section below. But alright, here we go. Starting off with the base of ops. Alright, now at the very top we have the Mozambique Special, which has max pistol damage and crit damage. Now it is the named pistol with perfect breadbasket, so you won't be able to change that talent. However, if you like this sort of pistol, with it being max pistol damage and perfect breadbasket, you can change that bottom attribute to whatever it is you want, and you all of a sudden have a god rolled named pistol. So you can definitely pick that one up. That is a good buy. Next up we have a MP5 with mag size and preservation, followed by a SOCOM Mark 16 with mag size and sadist, and a X45 Tactical with max damage to armor and steady-handed. Now as far as the gear items, we have a 511 backpack with overclock, hazard, and armor regen. Interesting. And then we have a Hana U chest piece with repair skills, armor regen, and braced. Now finishing up with the mods, crit damage 10.0. We have a drone duration 6.3, turret duration 5.7, and sticky bomb blast radius of 4.7. Now must buys and things to look at from the first base of ops vendor. Pick up the named pistol. This one's pretty good. Just reroll the bottom attribute to whatever it is. All of a sudden you have a god roll. Boom. Then check out this 511 backpack. With hazard and armor regen, you could reroll that bottom talent for whatever it is you want, and you have a pretty decent backpack here. Remember, if you run 3 511, you have hazard protection as a brand set bonus, so this could be really good for like a hazard armor regen build, and then just throw on, like, say, I don't know, like adrenaline rush, something like that, and then you could have a hazard armor regen, like tanky, build there for you. I don't know. I'll pick one up and see what I can do with it. Alright, so our next vendor is going to be the clan vendor. Now I hope everyone had a great weekend. I am sorry I did not do the vendor resets last week, but we did have little baby Von Doom come into this world. Alright, so we are at the clan vendor. Here we go.
Nice to see you, Agent.
Starting off at the top, we have the battery pack. This is the named Empress International backpack with perfectly calculated. Now it comes with repair skills and crit damage. This one's not bad. You could easily just re-roll the repair skills off for crit chance and then have like a full-on crit skill damage type of hybrid. And this could work out pretty good for you, especially with the capacitor as your weapon, because the more skill tiers you have, the more weapon damage you get. Pretty wicked. Next up we have Striker's knee pads with status effects, Future Initiative gloves with headshot damage, and Future Initiative mask, both of them with headshot damage, and it's the exact same headshot damage roll of 8.1. That's interesting. Okay. Then we have a MP7 with sadist and max damage to armor. That could do pretty good with a Ridgeway's Pride chest piece build. Then we have a Black Market AKM with vindictive and headshot damage, followed by a Spaz 12 with close and personal and crit damage, And then a Tactical 308 with swap speed and again vindictive. Now looking at the gear items, we have a Golden Gear pair of gloves with health and skill damage. Araldi knee pads with crit chance and crit damage. What? I'll pick those up. And then a Y'all Gear chest piece with entrench, repair skills, and health. Now, Y'all Gear is a DZ or PvP exclusive brand set. So them selling it here in the clan vendor is probably the only other place you're going to find it. Rarely do you find them in the DZ vendors, and the only way to get Y'all Gear is from either the Dark Zone or Conflict. So this is your next best thing, even though the attributes and the talent both suck. This is still pretty cool that you can see these PvP exclusive brand sets come into the clan vendor. Now I'm just worried about where the system corruption gear set is, because if they're going to sell Y'all Gear out here, why can't they sell system corruption? Anyways, moving on to the mods. Repair skills 16.8, disorient resistance 9.0, pulse radius 9.0, and drone damage of 4.3. Now must buys and things to look at from the clan vendor. Let's see, the battery pack wouldn't be bad if you're like a skill build, hybrid build type of player. This is a pretty good one. Just re-roll the repair skills off for crit chance, you're good to go. Now as far as the 2 future initiative with headshot damage, I'm not going to recommend those at all, just because it's headshot damage and on a healer build, and I'm typically a console player, so I'm not really going to go for those. But let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. That's kind of weird having 2 pieces of them with the exact same headshot. Moving on, the MP7 is pretty nice with that max damage to armor and sadist. Like I was saying, you can make like a running gun Ridgeway's Pride build with this weapon and then just max out the SMG damage, and you could run around with a pretty nice MP7. Anything else to look at? The Araldi Holdings knee pads. Now, crit chance, crit damage is a must for Araldi Holdings, especially if you run 3 Araldi Holdings together. You will get that damage to armor brand set bonus, and then having that with all of this crit is a must. I think that is a must buy. You could either max out the weapon damage, or you could max out the armor on these, and it's pretty deadly having all of that damage to armor. I have a few builds that I do max damage to armor, and they all shred.
Thanks for the business, agent.
Alright, now that is your clan vendor. So now we're going to go through Washington, D.C. We're going to go to the west and then make our way back east, starting off with the campus settlement. Ooh, you gotta love those load times. Alright, so now we are at the campus. Let's make our way over to Cassie Mendoza's Doppelganger. What are they? Doppelganger. There we go. Alright, here we go. Alright, so the campus settlement. She is selling the Darkness. This is the named marksman rifle with perfect eyeless. Now it also comes with damage to armor. That's not bad, but everyone knows I'm not a big sniper fan. But it's not bad to have that come with damage to armor, but it is what it is. Next up, we have a M700 Tactical with steady-handed and crit chance, followed by a military MK46 with damage to armor and strained, Richter and Kaiser Mask with weapon handling and headshot damage, and then Richter and Kaiser Holster with status effects and repair skills. Now looking at the mods, repair skills 16.4, Chem Launcher Skill Haste 6.0, Hive Reviver Armor Repair 8.3, Pulse Radius 8.5, and then Trap Duration of 4.2. Now must buys, things to look at from the campus settlement. You do have the Darkness here with damage to armor if you're a sniper player, but that's about it.
Happy to do business with you.
Alright, so after the campus, we typically do our Dark Zone vendors, starting off with Dark Zone West. Alrighty then. Now that we are at Dark Zone West, remember, all of these Dark Zone vendors, you cannot buy the items without DZ resources. So to check your DZ resources, go over to your resource tab, toggle down, I believe it's, there it is. Right above your keys will be your DZ resources. I only have 84, so I hope there's nothing good on here because I can't buy it. Alright, here we go, DZ West.
Anything you're looking for?
Alright, so DZ West, we have a pair of firm handshakes. This is the named Sokolov Concern gloves with 15% status effects. And it also comes with crit chance. I mean, that's not horrible. You could use this easily and then just max out the weapon damage or turn that weapon damage into armor. Then we have a ACS 12 with spike and mag size, followed by a ACR with headshot damage and lucky shot. Tip of the spear gloves with headshot damage, and rigger knee pads with repair skills. Now for the last two items, we have Providence Gloves with crit chance and headshot damage, both pretty low on the rolls. And then a pair of Badger Tough knee pads with armor regen and skill haste. Now looking at the mods, we have Incoming Repairs 16.3, Seeker Mine Health 6.4, Shield Deflector Damage 4.1, Firefly Skill Haste 6.0, and Decoy Duration 6.0. Any must-buys, things to look at from the DZ West vendor. The only thing I would recommend is come check out the firm handshake.
A pleasure.
Alright, moving on to DZ South. Everything's better in the South. Here go! Alright, gotta love those load times, man. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Alright, DZ South, come on. Big money, big money.
It's not worth having.
Rogue Stinger
Let's
Hive
see.
detected.
I can show you.
Alright, so DZ South vendor. At the top, we have the TDI card custom. This is the named pistol that gives you that +1 skill tier. Now, as far as the talent, it comes with lucky shot and a pretty bad pistol roll. Ugh, I would not recommend. Black Market T821 with decent SMG damage, headshot damage, and reformation. Then we have a AKM with sadist and reload speed. And then a 586 Magnum with strained and reload speed as well. Now looking at the gear items, Aces and Eights backpack with near max headshot damage. Okay, I'd recommend that. Okay, all you have to do is max out the weapon damage, you're good to go. Boom. Maybe one optimization on that headshot damage and you are maxed out god roll. Then we have Negotiator's Dilemma chest piece with armor regen. Interesting. Walker and Harris backpack with crit damage, repair skills, and combined arms. And then a Alp Summit chest piece with Overwatch, skill haste, and weapon handling. Now looking at the mods, crit chance 4.3, drone damage 4.1. This is the turret +1 extra mortar. And then sticky bomb duration 6.5. Now must buys, things to look at from DZ South. I would say the Aces and Eights backpack with near max headshot damage. That is it to look for in DZ South. Alright, moving on to the last but certainly not least, DZ East. East side. Now remember, fast travel to the Alpha checkpoint, not the main entrance. That way you could just walk outside the door instead of running through that entire courtyard.
Hostiles
Alright,
guarding
so
location
here we go,
nearby.
DZ East, just exit the checkpoint, and here's the vendor. Alright, come on, big money, big money.
Agent, it's good to see you.
Alright, so the DZ East vendor has the Ekhem's long stick. This is the named marksman rifle with perfect ranger. Also comes with accuracy. Then we have a SOCOM MK20 with damage to armor and perpetuation. And then a classic RPK with crit damage and sadist. Now looking at the gear items, ongoing directive mask with status effects, Aces and Eights holster with explosive resistance, Overlord mask with crit chance and status effects, and then a Bellstone Armory holster with max skill haste and headshot damage. All of these are pretty weird rolls. I mean, the only one was ongoing with status effects is not bad, it's decent, but the roll is so low I don't even like it. Now looking at the mods here, we have skill duration 8.5, cam launcher burn strength 6.4, hive healing 4.0, pulse cone size 6.5, and trap shock radius of 6.0. Now any must-buys, things to look at from the DZ East vendor, I'm going to say no.
Location guarded by hostiles.
Alright, now our last stop in Washington, D.C. is the Theater Settlement. And then we will finish this off in New York City. Alright, so the Theater Settlement, here we go.
Always a pleasure to see you.
Starting off with the Calibre. This is the named shotgun with perfect jazz hands. Now it also has rate of fire. I would not, recommend that. Marine Super 90 with pumped up and damage to targets out of cover. Police MK17 with headshot damage and Optimist. And then the two gear items, we have Heraldi Gloves with explosive resistance and crit chance. And then Overlord knee pads with explosive resistance and status effects. Now looking at the mods, Armor on Kill 15.3k, Seeker Mind Skill Haste 4.8, Shield Deflector Damage 4.2, Firefly Skill Haste 5.9, and Decoy Health of 6.0. Now, must-buys, things to look at from the Theater Settlement, I'm going to say no.
I appreciate your business.
Alright, and that is it for Washington, D.C. Let's go over to New York City. New York, New York. And we are going to be at the Haven Settlement. Now, there are two vendors left. At the top of the escalator, we have Marco. And then just outside, we have Roy Benitez.
Safe area detected.
So go up this escalator, and boom, here's Marco. What up, Marco?
Hey.
Alright, let's see what he has. So, starting off with the G36 Enhanced with Eyeless and Rate of Fire. Followed by a Paratrooper SVD with Rate of Fire and Reformation. UCS 45 ACP with Crit Chance and Sadist. And then a M45A1 with damage to targets at a cover and bread basket. Now, the gear items, we have Alps backpack with unstoppable force, crit damage, and explosive resistance. Followed by Providence knee pads with headshot damage and health. And then finally, 511 mask with max armor, hazard protection, and skill haste. Interesting. So this would go really well with that backpack I showed you guys earlier, that 511 backpack with hazard and armor regen, where you could just re-roll that backpack talent. Whereas as far as this mask goes, all you'd have to do is re-roll that skill haste to max armor regen, and you are good to go. Interesting. Pick that one up too. And then looking at the mods, we have Armor on Kill 16k, Skill Duration 8.3, Shield Deflector Damage 4.2, Chem Launcher Duration 4.1, and then Trap Shock Radius of 5.9. Now, must-buys, things to look at from Marco here at the Haven in New York City. The M45A1 is actually not bad. It comes with damage to targets out of cover and a pretty high pistol damage. You could just re-roll the bread basket for whatever it is you want. Or if you like bread basket, you could just max out the damage to targets out of cover. And then also check out the 511 mask with max armor, hazard protection, and skill haste. You could easily make this into a hazard crit build, a hazard regen build, whatever it is you want. It's a pretty good template to start with. Alright, and last but certainly not least, Roy Benitez. Oop, hold up. You have to pet the dog. Yo, if you guys don't interact with this dog, you are heartless. You are cold-hearted MFers. You have to pet the dog. What up, buddy? How you doing, man? How you doing? And shout out to the developers putting all of the rubber duckies everywhere. I remember when I took programming in college, they gave me a rubber ducky, and it's pretty cool that they did that around here as well. Alright, and last but not least, Roy Benitez. Let's check him out.
What can I do for you?
Alright, so starting off at the top, we have the MP7 with InSync and Rate of Fire. Not the best combination, but it is what it is. Classic M44 with Future Perfect and Crit Chance, followed by a USC 45 ACP with InSync and Headshot Damage, and then finally a Card 45 with Spike and Mag Size. Now looking at the gear items, 511 chest piece with Skilled, Explosive Resistance, and Skill Haste. Then we have Golden Gear knee pads with crit damage and weapon handling. And then Golden Gear holster with crit damage and repair skills. Now both of these have crit damage on them already. So if you're looking for like a crit damage armor regen build, you could easily buy both of these and then just reroll the weapon handling and the repair skills off for armor regen. You would be good to go. And then looking at the mods, repair skills 16.6, crit chance 4.3, seeker mine healing 6.1, firefly blind effect duration 5.9, and then trap duration of 4.1. Now must buys, things to look at from Roy Benitez. Let's see here. I mean, the only thing is probably the 2 Golan, but the armor are both pretty low. They're both around 128k, so you're missing just under 50,000 armor per item. I don't know, but that's about it. Roy Benitez. And that is it, everyone. That is your weekly vendor reset and must buys from today, Tuesday, November 30th. Hopefully we get some updates today from the developers, whether it be a Intel Annex or, you know, something to give us. So look out for more videos from me today. But while we are at it, don't forget, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I am Kamikazevondoom, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.